May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. This is the London Brief, Tuesday, November 15th. So yes, London Brief. What that means is that during London, we'll go through QuantBox, we'll look at fundamentals, we'll look at news that's coming up in the day. We'll also look at technicals for London, and then we'll discuss anything we're looking forward to in New York. I will then do a session at New York about an hour or two before the New York Open, just after the close of the New York bias candle on the 4-hour chart. And in that session, we'll just follow up on anything we're paying attention to for the particular currency pairs for the day. What this does is it makes sure that we're up to date and we don't miss any opportunities as we go through the day. All right, cool. So here we are on QuantBox. So euro dollar currently neutral. Now, have a read through what the breakdown is for euro dollar and why we've got this neutral score. I'll let you do that in your own time. You can just see it on the screen there. And it'll tell you why we currently got this neutral bias on euro dollar. Currently, news for today, we've got some medium and low impact news coming out of the various Euro countries. So we've got Germany and France. Some more medium and low news coming out of France and Spain. We've got some high impact news out of Spain and some medium news out of Netherlands. And then some more, quite a lot of European news today on the slate. Some more from the Euro area and Germany. And then we've got some medium and high tier news coming out of the United States later today. We've got a speech as well, much later in the day. Okay. So keeping an eye on that. And that's the slate for today from the euro and dollar perspective. All right, cool. So still neutral on the euro dollar. In terms of pound dollar, still neutral as well. And no news coming out of the UK today. For USD CAD, still a buy. For Aussie USD, still neutral. And for Kiwi dollar, still a buy. For our Japanese yen pairs, Aussie yen still coming across neutral. CAD yen still neutral. Euro yen is still a buy. Pound yen was a sell yesterday. It's now neutral. And Kiwi yen is still a buy. For our Swiss franc pairs, Euro Swissy, neutral. Pound Swissy, neutral. Aussie Swissy, neutral. Kiwi Swissy is a buy, and CAD Swissy is a buy. Taking a look at technicals, starting with euro dollar. Okay, what we're going to do is take a line, draw it across yesterday's close. Let's take a look at the day before that. Take a line across that candle and see if it intersects with any resistance. You can see it does over there. Okay, so we've got price action resistance. Price is currently above a monthly R2, not in position for any buying. Also, look at price right now. Right, you want to buy higher lows, you want to sell lower highs. So lower high being price closing at resistance when price is neutral, i.e. price broke resistance before it could become support. And so right now you would look at this and say price is currently at resistance. So therefore you should not be doing any buying up here. Are we ready for a sell though? Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. So currently you can see price is consolidating just up here by weekly M3. Okay. And you can see the 4-hour candle, this candle over here, currently closing at the monthly R2 and still inside the range. Okay. We said yesterday we're looking for a lower low, lower high. We're not looking to buy up here because we're very much out of position. Looking for a lower low, lower high. And as you can see, we haven't formed anything yet. So I'm not even going to move on to the other time frame. I'm just going to continue paying attention to the H4 time frame. I'm looking for a lower low, lower high, and that'll be an indication to be able to sell euro dollar. Now, that's how I trade. If you're looking at selling at a monthly R2 or at a weekly M3, then you could move down to a lower time frame and say, right, so on my H1, do I have a lower low, lower high? I do not. On my M15, do I have a lower low, lower high? I do not. Okay. So right now, you do not have permission to sell this. Looking at the Aussie dollar USD, looking at the daily time frame, it's the same thing. Let's draw a line across the top of this candle. Let's look left. You can see here we've got some wicks on the left-hand side that price is now bumped into. Okay. Does that mean we can sell there? Not necessarily. Look at how price. Now, again, you're out of position for a buy here. You do not want to be buying at the weekly M3. Just because price is going up doesn't mean that that's an indication of buy. Remember, you want to be consistent in your trading. The problem is, if you start getting into the habit of buying out of position, right now it might work, but if you do it 10 times, how many trades would you win? No point in making money today, but then doing the same thing tomorrow and losing money. So stay disciplined. Remember your position. So right now we can see here's the 4-hour candle, still range bound. Okay, you can see there, the wicks count in a range. And now price is coming up. Okay, so you're either waiting for a lower low, lower high, and you can see your H1 time frame. You could also be identifying it over here as well. On M15, also no lower low, lower high to be seen. So therefore, sitting back and waiting. And again, I would not be buying out of position. Just it's not the way I trade, right? If you were going to buy, buying down there, buying down there, buying down there, that's where you would have bought. Okay, not up here. Taking a look at pound dollar from a daily perspective, let's do the exact same thing. Draw a line across. You can see there currently interacting with this resistance over here, just slightly above actually. So it's kind of broken that resistance. It's above this resistance here, which is not great, not ideal. You can see it's slightly above there. Okay. But yesterday's candle did close down. Looking at the 4-hour charts, you can see they're also still range bound, and this 4-hour chart, this 4-hour candle stuck inside the range. So that's the exact same thing happening on all these charts, which is great because it means that a change will be very obvious. In terms of Kiwi dollar, just do the same thing. You can see we broke resistance over here. We're above that now. Okay. On the 4-hour time frame, there's your 4-hour candle, also still range bound. No lower lows to be seen, no lower highs to be seen. Same thing for the H1, same thing for the M15. Okay. So you know what you're looking for in all of these charts. Looking at the USD CAD, looking at the daily time frame, you can see we're currently at that profit taking zone, drawing a line across the bottom of this candle. You can see that if we just extend slightly over there, we're actually below that, and we're below that. So we haven't closed the resistance on the, support on the daily time frame. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see there clearly 4-hour candle. You can see this is range bound, but what's important to recognize the fact that price has actually come off resistance over here. Okay, this is not bullish. No higher high, higher low to be seen. No indication to buy this. Okay. I know it's difficult to trade Forex because you have to be disciplined and you have to sit back and wait, but that's just the nature of the game. Aussie yen, okay, so you can see they're still very much consolidating on the daily time frame. CAD yen, still consolidating on the daily time frame. Euro yen, nothing changed from yesterday, just bouncing up and down. Pound yen, also just bouncing up and down. Okay, we're looking for structure in these yen pairs. We're not getting any at the moment. You can see they're just bouncing up and down. You be patient on these yen pairs, and you wait for that indication of that trend, and you'll be where you would have been last year June on the dollar pairs if you sold dollar pairs last year June. You could be in these trades for the next year. Right now, look at your charts and say, am I currently in any sells on the dollar pairs from last year June? If the answer is no, it's because last year June you were trading the range as opposed to waiting for the trend. Just be patient and wait for these guys to set up properly. They will not range forever. Aussie Swissy, you can see there's nothing going on there. CAD Swissy, you got a profit taking zone. Do you have the higher high, higher low? No, you do not. You can see on none of those time frames you see a higher high, higher low. Euro Swissy, look at your daily time frame. What is that setting up? It's not setting up anything. Pound Swissy also just like ups, downs, all over the place, right? No structure there. And then lastly, Kiwi Swissy, out of position. That's not a double bottom. Not the most amazing price action. So dollar pairs is where the focus is at the moment. I'm just looking for an indication to be able to trade my position. Look how price is currently approaching the monthly R2. Does that mean that we go down today? Not necessarily. But it does mean that I'm in a position where if I see lower lows and lower highs, I'm definitely keen to trade. If price came down to support, would I be interested? Well, we can then verify that role reversal and have a look and see if it's bullish. And then the final thing we can take into consideration is the fact that price has come down off a profit-taking zone. And do we want to buy back into a profit-taking zone? Perhaps if everything checks out to be bullish at support, maybe you lower the lot size. But right now, that has not happened. No point in looking at what might be. Look at what is. Currently, everything is very bullish, out of position. You're at a profit-taking zone. You need to wait for indications of bearishness. So we'll get together at the New York, or just before the New York Open, when this candle over here, this 8 o'clock candle has closed. We'll do an update as to where price is and what we're looking for. And we're just going to keep doing this every single day at London and New York and paying attention to what we want to see and what we're looking for. And at some point in time, we will have a setup that favors us, favors our rules, favors our risk management that we could potentially make some money off of. Until then, we stay disciplined, we stay patient, and we stay liquid. Have a good day, my friends. I'll see you in a couple of hours.